Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Naveen.
Okay. Yeah. Let's start the session then. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about different types of storage vendors available to us, and also different types of products available from NetApp. Normally, uh, in industry, we have like a 32 plus vendors. Okay, 32 plus vendors who are providing storage services. Okay, yes. Okay, but among them we have EMC, NetApp, HP, IBM, Hitachi, and Pure. Okay, these are the top 6 vendors. Okay, most of the companies will be using. Apart from these, we do have storage from Dell, we do have storage from other companies as well. Okay, but these are the top six organizations, 6 storage vendors which are providing, or which most of the clients are using. Okay, so among them, EMC and NetApp are the top competitors. Okay, and earlier it was EMC who topped the market, but nowadays a lot of people started using NetApp because NetApp is easy to manage. Okay, that is a one thing, and along with that, if you want to do something on EMC like configuration level, you need to work with EMC. But when it comes to NetApp, either you can work with NetApp or you can do it on your own. The NetApp configurations are transparent, but when it comes to EMC, they'll maintain the dependency. So yeah, you have to engage EMC in order to do some configuration stuff, even for upgrades as well. For example, if you want to upgrade your EMC storage array to a newer version, then you have to work with EMC in order to do that. But NetApp, you can do it on your own. Okay, that is the second thing: transparency and easy to manage. And one more thing is, nowadays everyone is talking about cloud, right? So NetApp is moving towards cloud integrations very aggressively when you compare with other vendors like EMC, HP, IBM, Hitachi, Pure. These guys are not taking aggressive steps towards the cloud. But when it comes to NetApp, they have a lot of products available in cloud itself. So that is the one more advantage of learning NetApp. Okay, so whatever you are doing here, whatever you are learning in this course, so this will help you even to work on the NetApp cloud services. Okay, we'll talk about those things later. Now let's talk about NetApp. Let's start with NetApp because we don't need other vendors and all. Because this course is all about NetApp only. So what is the full form of NetApp? Network. That is the full form of NetApp. They have established it in 1992. We don't require all these things, right? Yeah. So even from NetApp itself, there are wide range of products available. Okay, there are wide range of products available from NetApp. So we'll talk about each and every product. Okay, I'll give you overview what are the different products available from NetApp and what are their use cases. We'll talk about them now. Okay, the first and major product from NetApp is FAS. Okay, FAS is a one of the storage product from manufactured by NetApp. Okay, what is the full form of FAS? That is fabric attached storage. Okay, this is the full form of FAS, and this FAS is a unified product. That means it will support SAN as well as NAS. That means if you purchase this FAS storage product from NetApp, you can present storage to clients either through SAN protocols or NAS protocols. You can use it for both actually. You can use it for both at a time as well. That's why we'll call it as a unified product. Okay. And this FAS is a storage product, right? Every hardware must have a software to run it. Even your laptop also will be having operating system. Without operating system, you'll be not able to utilize or you'll be not able to run the laptop, right? The same way, this FAS is a product, hardware product, which will be having operating system installed on top of it. What is the operating system on FAS product? That is data on tap. Data on tap is the operating system, and people nowadays I mean, they have changed the name. Like nowadays, they are calling it as on tap only. Okay, on tap only. We'll talk about that little later. Okay, history of on tap and all. Next product is AFF or yeah, AFF. So AFF is nothing but all flash fast. AFF is nothing but it is a one of the flavor of fast only, but there is a little difference between fast and AFF. When it comes to working mechanism, uh, almost everything is similar to FAS only. Only thing is there are few changes between FAS and AFF. That is, in FAS we can use all types of hard drives, but when it comes to AFF, in the name itself it is stating, right, all flash FAS. That means we'll be able to use only flash drives. So these AFFs are for high performance. Again, same thing. Data on tap is the operating system on top of AFF. Next thing is ASA, all SAN array. That is the full form of ASA. And ASA, this is a SAN only array which will not support unified. Okay, it will support SAN only. It will not support NAS. Okay, and what is the operating system again? Again, it has a data on tap operating system only on top of it. Okay, this will not support NAS. Okay, it will support SAN only. And actually, when it comes to hardware, the hardware behind AFF and ASA both are same only. I mean, the whatever the hardware delivered from NetApp to you, it is same only. But whenever you are having initial discussions with it NetApp, right, that time they'll ask you, do you want a AFF array or ASA? If you mention ASA, then what they'll do, they'll tweak the configurations according to ASA. Okay, the same hardware. But if you are asked, if you have asked for AFF, then they'll configure it according to AFF so that it will support SAN and NAS both. Okay. When it comes to ASA, uh, you can ask me like my AFF or FAS, they'll support both SAN and NAS. Then why do I need to purchase a ASA which will support SAN only? Because when it comes to SAN, um, there are few features that are not available on FAS and AFF. Those kind of features will be available to you in ASA arrays. Okay, that is the reason. If you need only SAN only array, it's better to go ahead with ASA so that you can use those take advantage of those available features. Okay. Next thing is N series, E series. E series is also a SAN only array. Okay, and the operating system on top of E series is Centricity. Centricity is the operating system which will manage the E-series products. But most of the people they'll not use E-series. E-series is a failure model. I've never seen E-series products. Even I didn't get a chance to work on a E-series products. These are not that great. Yeah, but they have their own advantages. So based on your environment, you need to decide which product you guys have to purchase. Okay. Next thing is solid fire. Solid fire is also a all flash solution available from NetApp. Mostly this solid fire is designed for VDI environments. Guys, you don't need to remember all these products because in this course we are going to discuss about a FAS, AFF and ASA only. Remaining products are nobody will use those products. Very little amount of people are using those products. So there is no need of discussing about that products. But I just want to give you an overview of what are the available products from NetApp. That's why I'm mentioning all these things. Okay. If you have a VD, if you need a ideal solution to host your VDI environment, VDI means nothing but virtual desktop related things. Okay, then SolidFire is a ideal solution for those kind of workloads. Okay, next thing is storage grid. Okay, so storage grid is a object storage solution. Object storage solution available from NetApp. Okay, so object storage means nothing but you might have heard about the Amazon S3, these kind of storages. They are also object storages only. Object storage is uh, designed for to store unstructured data. Okay, unstructured data. That means you, if you want some place to store your photographs, or if you want some place to store your videos, if you want to store some of your files without having any permissions and all, then object storage is a ideal solution for you. Why object storage? Why we cannot store them in NAS or SAN? Because NAS or SAN, they are costly solutions when compared to object storage. Object storage is a cheaper solution which we can use for archival purpose or storing the unstructured data. We can use this for archival purpose as well. Archival purpose means um, I have a very old data which I'm not using, but I need to maintain it. I need to have it in my environment so that when I need it, I can pull it. So that is what we will call it as a archival data. So we can use storage grid also to store the archival data. Next thing is NetApp also has HCI product. HCI means hyperconverger. Hyperconverger models. Hyperconverger means nothing but in a single rack, you'll be having server, switch, and storage. Everything will be there in a single rack. So you don't need to purchase a separate storage. You don't need to purchase a separate switch, or you don't need to purchase a separate server. Okay, everything will be available to you as a combo. Okay, sorry, hyper spelling wrong. HYPER. Okay, so everything will be available to you as a combo. So for example, I have a very small office. Okay, for example, I'm a college, a university where I don't need the high-end infrastructure. Okay, I don't want to spend so much money on infrastructure. So for these kind of I mean, colleges and all, HCI will be the ideal solution. What they'll do, they'll just hardly host their website, college website, or they'll put some internal data for students. They'll maintain some small databases for internally for student information. These kind of things, right? So HCI will be the ideal solution for you because it contains everything as a package in a single rack. Okay, and it is also very easy to manage. Everything you can manage, switch, server, storage, everything through a single console. ANF, Azure, NetApp, file share. Okay, this is a cloud service from Microsoft and NetApp. This is a combined product from Microsoft plus NetApp. They work together and they developed this product. Actually, this is not a product. This is a service available in Microsoft Azure portal. Okay, this is a again a unified service. Okay, not a unified actually. This is a NAS. Sorry, not unified. NAS only service where it will support both CIFS and NFS. Okay, and this can, I mean, if you need a high performance NAS share through NFS or CIFS protocol, then in your cloud environment, instead of using a on-premises storage, on-premises means nothing but local storage from your data center, you can create a share. Sorry, you can create a NAS storage in Microsoft Azure, which is a ANF, and you can use it, which will give you a very good performance. It can give you very good performance. Even you can use it for your application data as well. Okay. Next thing is FSX. Sorry, FSX. This is a FSX on tap. So FSX on tap is a AWS Azure Web Services solution, which they have introduced a 1 month back only recently. For example, normally if you purchase a FAS, AFF or ASA, these kind of arrays, what you need to do, you need to maintain a hardware, you need to keep on upgrading the operating system to get the new features, and in order to maintain that hardware you need some place to install it, and you need power, you need AC cooling, all these things, right? For example, I'm a small organization, okay, where I don't want to do all those stuff because that will be a burden for me. Okay, then but I need a NetApp storage. Okay, I need a NetApp storage where I want to create multiple NAS, multiple allocations or provisionings through NAS protocols. I want that. Then instead of purchasing the hardware products from NetApp, what I can do, um, I can deploy a cloud service called FSX on tap. Okay, this is a NetApp storage service available in Amazon Web Services. AWS and NetApp together developed this service, and they have deployed it recently. So everything just works like normal NetApp only, but the hardware and everything will be managed by AWS. So we don't need to worry about that. Only thing is, whatever for example, I need a 1 TB, then what you can do, you can create a 1 TB logical partition from the cloud and provision it to your server using either CIFS protocol or NFS protocol. Okay, so everything. So only thing is you need to pay as a service. So you need to pay what you're using for, like uh, you need to pay it for each and every IOP. You need to pay it for how much amount of storage consumption you're storage consumed from that 1 TB. Like that, there are a lot of things involved. Okay, but this is a cloud solution again. Okay, AWS plus NetApp combined to develop it. Okay. Any questions, guys? So these are the products available from NetApp. So among these, in this course, we are going to cover FAS, AFF, and ASA, and FSX on tap as well. And if time permits, I'll cover the ANF as well. But in order getting the lab for ANF is very difficult, and there is some cost associated with it. Okay, I need to pay some money to show you FSX and ANF. At least I have free subscription for FSX for now. That's why I can show it to you. But only for two guys, I cannot spend that much money on ANF. Okay, that's why. Okay, remaining things, these are the products. Most of the people, they'll not use them. These are not that famous from NetApp, famous products from NetApp. Very rarely people will use them. Okay, that's why I'm not going to cover these products in this course. Okay, any questions?
Navin, FSX supports like both NAS and SAN or only the NAS?
It will support NAS and iSCSI.
Okay.
Yeah, it will support iSCSI as well, which is a SAN protocol. But
Yeah.
iSCSI, will call it as a SAN protocol, but is a that the background functionality of iSCSI is a little different from SAN. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. It is still in development or like stage, right?
No, it will support, but
Uh-huh.
iSCSI, we'll talk about that when we
Yeah,
discuss
sure, sure.
that.
Yeah, not an issue.
Yeah. Zubair, is it clear? Beulah?
Protocols which they use actually that we'll be covering later on, I believe. Right?
Sorry? No. I just gave you the overview of the products available from NetApp. You don't need to
Okay.
remember all these things. Okay.
Okay.
Just forget about them. I just want to let you know that this much products available from NetApp. This is a
Okay.
kind of marketing. Okay.
Okay.
So now from here, just remember the things. Okay. From here, the main course starts. So first we'll talk about a FAS. FAS means, as I told you, fabric attached storage, right? Fabric attached storage. So, what is the operating system in FAS? Data on tap or on tap, whatever it is, or on tap, we'll call it as. So, generally in FAS also, I have wide range of models available. Normally, FAS is a product available from NetApp, but in the FAS products itself, we have different models. See, for example, I own a small business where I don't need a very high performance or high storage capable storage infrastructure, right? Whereas you guys are running a very big company where you require high performance and storage space to store your data. So based on the needs in each and every product, they have developed various models. So based on your business needs, you can pick a model from product. Okay. Normally, initially, they have introduced FAS 2000 as 3000. These are all the products available from that. Okay, let me FAS 2000, FAS 3000 as 6000. These are the initial products, uh, or we can call them as a first generation products available from NetApp. So in these, FAS 2000 is a lower end solution which is ideal for small companies and smaller workloads. Okay, and whereas FAS 3000 is a mid-range solution Okay, mid-range solution, which is ideal for mid-range companies. Like they need a performance as well as they want to buy a budget-friendly product. Then Fast 3000 is a ideal solution for them. And after that, 6000. 6000 is a high-end storage. So you need to pay little uh, extra amount in order to purchase a fast 6000. Okay. But this will worth of spending money because it will give you a good performance when you compare it with the fast 3000 or fast 2000, and also you can store more data compared to fast 3000 and 2000. Okay, so and these are the first generation arrays. First generation, I mean, we do have fast products earlier to this as well, but the time people will not using fast much. Okay, people started using fast series from 2000 onwards only, mostly. Okay, so after that, what they have done, they found some issues in the hardware, fast 2000 and fast 3000 and fast 6000 series, and they fixed those issues, and they released a new version to these products, which is a fast 2200 in lower end and fast 3200 in mid range, and same thing here, fast 6200 in high end. So these are second generation products. Okay, second generation. After that, again they have after that they stopped manufacturing low end products. People are not purchasing low end product because the cost difference between low end and mid range is not there is no much I mean not much cost difference between low end and mid range products, and they are getting good performance in mid range products when you compare them with low end, right? So people stopped buying low end products. That is the reason NetApp stopped manufacturing the lower end products, and they continued with the mid range, high end, and they have added one more solution called enterprise solution. Okay, let's talk about them. So in mid range, they have developed fast 2500, fast 2600, and fast 2700. Okay, and when it comes to high end, they have developed even you can call them as they have stopped high end solutions as well. Instead of high end, they have introduced enterprise solutions. Okay, enterprise, which are as 8000, fast 8200, fast. Recently, they have introduced 8300 as well, fast 9000, like that. All these are the high-end enterprise, actually, not high-end actually. These will give you better performance, a very good performance, and a very good amount of storage when you compare them even with high-end products. Okay, enterprise solutions. These are okay. All these are third generation products. Now, if you want to buy some storage from NetApp, then you'll be not able to get the first generation or second generation products anywhere. Okay, you'll get only third generation products available now. Maybe in future they'll stop manufacturing third generation products and they'll introduce fourth generation products. That time you'll get only fourth generation products, like that. Okay, so in some extent they have to stop the manufacturing, product manufacturing, right? Like that. Okay, nothing. These are just various levels of solutions available in the FAS itself. Okay, so your company is a very big organization. You want a very good performance and you want a high amount of storage to store. Yeah, you can go for enterprise solution, like that. Based on your needs, you can go ahead with the solution. But again, there is a cost also associated with it. I mean, the number of disks we can connect, the amount of performance we'll get, that all depends on the product range. Okay, any questions?
No, good. It was good.
Yeah, the same thing with
Um,
AF. Yeah, yeah, Beulah.
Actually, 8080, FAS 8000, FAS 8200, FAS 8300, these are high end or enterprise?
Uh, these are actually mixed, bit of high end or bit of enterprise. Like they are in middle actually. You can say that.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
don't need to worry about that. Whether if it is a high end or enterprise, that's totally fine.
Okay, Anu.
Yeah. Okay. Now, same thing with the AFF as well. In AFF also, we have plenty of products available like C190, AFF, A300. You don't need to remember all these models as well. If you Google it, you will get all these models. Only thing is, whenever you are going for the interview, just pick few models from them. Like for example, uh, take 80 to 8, just pick a model in 8000 series like 8020, pick a model in 2500 series 2554, like that. Okay, so at the end of the course, whenever we are preparing a resume for you guys individually, I'll suggest you to put some products in resume. So whenever you ask, whenever they asked you like which all products you worked on, you can mention those products. Okay, so don't bother about remembering all these products. Just try to understand the way how they will work and how they have designed the products. Okay, and we have AFF A700, like that. This is a lower end solution, this is a mid range solution, and this is a high or enterprise solution. So like that, in every each and every model, they have categorized every product like this only: low end for smaller companies, mid range for medium companies, and high or enterprise for uh, very big organizations. Okay, even ASA also same products, but whenever you are discussing with NetApp, you tell them, okay, I need a AA700 array as a ASA. I don't need it as a AFF. Then what they'll do? They'll configure it according to ASA configurations, and you'll get A700 as a ASA array instead of AFF. Okay, like that. I mean, actually, there is no separate array called ASA. They'll do some configuration changes, and then they'll change it according to SAN configurations. I mean, then it will only support SAN solutions, but there are additional features available in SAN itself. Okay, that's it. Okay, so these are the normal model high level overview. Now let's talk about data on tap, which is a heart of NetApp, the favorite operating system in NetApp, data on tap. So generally, NetApp started their data on tap journey from 6.0. After that, they developed 6.1 with some new features and bug fixes. Like what are the bugs are there in 6.0? They'll be fixed in 6.1, and also they'll add some additional features. If they found some bugs in 6.1, what they'll do? They'll develop a they will develop a new version, 6.2. Okay, next 6.3. After 6.3, they started 7.0, 7.1, 7.2, 7.3. Next 8.0, 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 9.0, 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 9.4, 9.5. I don't know why, but they'll keep on extending 9 only. Maybe I don't know when they'll introduce the 10, but they want to introduce the 10 with drastical changes. Maybe that is the reason they are keep on waiting and just introducing the versions in 9 only. 9.6, 9.7. That is what I heard. 9.8, 9 dot 9, 9 dot in 9.9 they are introducing like this 9.9.1, 9.9.2, something like that. and recently they have introduced 9.10 as well. Okay, but not yet available for implementing in production environment. That is a preview version kind of thing. Okay, so these are the versions of version history of ONTAP. Again, when it comes to ONTAP, there are two flavors of ONTAP version. Flavors in data ONTAP. One is 7 mode data ONTAP. Another one is C mode or cluster mode ONTAP. We'll call it as a C mode in shortcut, or in full name if you want to call it, we'll call it as a cluster mode operating system. Same thing, nothing like just like Windows only. In Windows also we have two flavors, right? One is a user operating system, another one is a server operating system. What is user operating system? Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows Vista, Windows 10, Windows 11 recently launched. All these are user operating systems, which where we can install them on our laptops, desktops, and use it for general purpose. Where there are some operating systems, the second flavor we'll call it as a server operating system. Okay, server operating systems are for servers. They are not designed to install in your laptops. If you install them in your laptop, they'll your laptop will be not able to bear that operating system, because the features and the way they designed is different. Okay, and only servers can, like, you need a higher configurations in order to run the server operating system. And one more thing, they are not designed for entertainment, right? Because they have a lot of features in server operating system. They have a lot of features like Active Directory. So I don't want to discuss all these things. Yeah, they have their own purpose. Server operating system has its own purpose, whereas user operating system has your own purpose. Like in your user operating system, you can install movie players, you can install, you can play the movies, you can play the games and all. Whereas in server operating system, you cannot play games. It will not allow you. A flash player is not supported in server operating system, or you cannot play the movies, these kind of things. Okay, they have their own advantages and disadvantages, both of them. The same thing here in data on tap also. We have a 7 mode operating system, we have a cluster mode operating system. Both flavors has their own advantages as well as disadvantages. Okay, we'll talk about that a little later. Okay, I just want to let you know. Okay, so whenever this started, the ONTAP initially from 6.0 to 6.3, there is only one flavor. Okay, they used to call it as data ONTAP. I forgot that name. Yula, do you remember?
Data on tap ZX.
GA or G?
GX.
GX. Yeah, good. Thank you. Okay, data ONTAP GX. That is the initial flavor of ONTAP, the design. So this is nothing but this is a older version of cluster mode, older version of a cluster mode operating system, which will this time it will support only NFS. Okay, only, not even NAS. It used to support only NFS protocol. Not even there is no CIFS support as well that time. Okay, so after that, from 7.0 onwards, okay, from 7.0 to 7.3, they have two flavors. They have introduced two flavors. One is a 7 mode operating system, and another one is a, again, same thing, data on tap GX. Okay, data on tap 7 mode. Okay, sorry, data on tap 7 mode. Okay. So, but with data on tap 7 mode, they have made drastical changes. It supports SAN. Okay. It supports NAS with CIF is included. So, which is a drastical change that they have made. So, people stopped using ONTAP data ONTAP GX and they have migrated to data ONTAP 7 mode. Okay, because data ONTAP 7 mode will give you CIFS protocol, NFS protocol. Along with that, it will support the SAN protocols as well, which is FCP and ISCSI. That's the reason people move towards 7 mode. And 7 mode made a huge impact on storage market. Okay, so after that, from 8.0, 8.0 to 8.2, they continued this 7 mode. Okay, with the same features and all. Okay, but what they have done from 8.0, they have remodified this GX. Okay, and they have changed the name as data on tap mode, cluster mode operating system. And here they have introduced SAN as well as NAS here. Okay, so but still people are comfortable with 7 mode, right? That is the reason they don't want to go ahead with the older version where they, I mean, they have people has some perspective. Okay, C mode is nothing but a modified GX. Then there lot of limitations in GX. Why do we need to move from 7 mode to GX when we are comfortable with 7 mode? But actually they have made a lot of improvements in data on TapGX where it will support both the NAS protocols, which is CIFS and NFS, and also they have added SAN support. But still, people are not willing to move to cluster mode. So, what NetApp has to do, they have to forcefully ask their customers to move to C mode because it has a lot of advantages. Even when I worked on 7 mode, I'm not willing to move to cluster mode because I'm very good with the 7 mode. I have everything what I want in 7 mode. Then why do I need to move to C mode? Even I didn't like that approach when I worked on 2014 or 13. Okay, but what they have done in order to move everyone to C mode, they have stopped data on tap 7 mode from okay. They have stopped data on tap 7 mode from 8.3 onwards. So if you want to proceed with a newer data on tap version, okay, you guys have to migrate from your 7 mode data on tap to cluster mode. They made it forcefully. There is no other way. Like if you want to use the new features available from 8.3 onwards, you must move your data from 7 mode to C mode. They have forcefully asked the customers to move everything to cluster mode. Few of them they migrated to other storages like EMC and all, but few of them who liked NetApp, they took a choice and they moved everything to cluster mode. What? But the thing is, data on tap cluster mode is a beautiful operating system where you have all whatever you have in 7 mode, you have everything in cluster mode, and along with that, you have a lot of advantages with the cluster mode, which we are going to talk maybe tomorrow's class. Okay, it has a lot of advantages. Even I started loving cluster mode operating system once I started working on that. Okay, so from data on tap 8.3 onwards, there is no cluster mode, sorry, 7 mode, only cluster mode. Okay, only cluster mode, no 7 mode at all. Okay, and one more thing what they have done is, yeah, only 8.3 they used to call it as a data on tap, but nothing. They have changed the name. Everything is normal only. From 9.0, just they changed the name from data on tap to on tap. That's it. Nothing has changed. Like they have improved a lot of features and all. But yeah, they changed the name from data on tap to on tap. That's it. This is the history of data on tap. Any questions, Zubair, Krishna?
No, sir.
Okay. Which is a very important. Okay, this one. Just to remember it. Even so many people who are already working on even cluster mode also, they also don't know that GX. There is an old operating system called GX that was there in earlier days. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Like all these modes are like when we are working real time, like these are all with the command line or these are all with GUI.
You have both actually. So
Oh,
whatever it is comfortable to you, you can pick. But only thing is, with command line, you can do everything.
yeah.
But with GUI, which is a graphical user interface, I'll show you both the
Yeah.
things. With GUI, you can do 85% only. Work.
Okay.
Remaining
Like
50%, you must switch
yeah.
to command line.
Like the outputs with the command line will be like more accurate and like we will get easily. Like
Not like
if
that, not
yeah,
outputs. But if you want to do some advanced things, you must use command line.
yeah. If it
Yeah,
is like
and
as of my knowledge, if we are going with GUI, like like we need to search where the option is, and then we need to go and we need to pull out the
uh,
report. If it is like on the command line, like if
mm,
you know the command, that will be easy, and we can easily drag the output and paste wherever we want.
yeah, that is the one thing. And the beauty with NetApp, ONTAP, cluster mode CLA is you don't need to by heart the commands. Normally, if you work on EMC or other products,
Yeah.
you need to by heart them. You need to memorize the commands. But when it comes to ONTAP, it has a tab option. If you click on
Yeah.
tab, it will give you the next command. It will give you all the options. I'll show you.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
make you comfortable with the command line as well. I'll recommend people to work on command line only.
Yeah, and not to buy
Zubair,
heart. Yeah.
yeah, Zubair, you also don't need to worry about that. The commands are pretty simple and very easy to remember. You don't need to by heart those commands. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
I'll make you comfortable. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now let's talk about a little different concept called controller connectivity. Okay, controller connectivity. So generally, we have a FAS, we have AFF, we have ASA, all these things, right? But when it comes to general name, we'll call all of them as controller or node. Okay, either we can call them as controller or node. Let me show you the diagram. Like yeah, see, these all are controllers, normal controllers. Okay, but when it comes to a real-time box, this looks like this. Okay, see here, this is my controller. Okay, and all these are my disk shelves and disks. See, these are all disks. And if you see here, this is one disk shelf. This is another disk shelf, and this is another disk shelf, and this is a disk. These all are disks. Small things are there, right? These all are disks inside my disk shelf. Okay, but this is a controller which will take care of everything. Our data on top operating system will be stored here. A lot of components will be there, which will come to know when we are discussing about the controller architecture. Okay, so this is how. So it might be AFF, or it might be FAS, or it might be ASA. The connectivity, everything the same. Okay, everything the same. But controller might be big if it is a high-end array. Like see here, this is I think either 2500 or 2600 series. That's why the controller is little small. But if you look at here, this controller or this controller, these are high-end controllers. That's why they are big. Okay, and here look at the controller. This is a high-end controller. These two are medium, and this is a low-end controller like that. Okay, see, this is also one more diagram where you can see the controller and the disk shelves. See, this is a controller, and this is another controller, and these are the disk shelves inside the controller. Okay, this is how. So okay, so from now onwards, I'll not talk about a FAS. I'll not address them as a FAS or AFF or ASA. Just either I'll mention them as a controller or I'll mention them as a node. If I mention node or controller, then let's assume that it might be FAS or AFF or ASA. Okay, anything is fine. So now let's talk about a controller connectivity. So we have, okay, there are two types of controller connectivity. Okay, the first one is standalone. Second one is HA pair. Okay, either it is a 7 mode or a cluster mode. The controller connectivities are these two only. Even if you are using a 7 mode operating system, data on tap or cluster mode data on tap, this is a common thing. Okay, in both the flavors of data on tap. So that is the reason I just want to discuss it before starting the cluster mode on tap. Okay, so let's talk about standalone first. Standalone controller connectivity. So in standalone, you'll be having only one controller. Okay, so having only one controller. This is my controller. Let's assume that my controller name is fast01. Okay, and there are some disk shelves which will be connected to controller. Just for diagram sake, I'm drawing three disk shelves, but the number of disk shelves which we can connect to the controller, it depends on the controller hardware model. If it is a fast 8000 series, you can connect more when you compare them with fast 2500 or 2600, these series. Okay, this is a standalone. So when it comes to standalone, as you have only one controller, okay, as you have only one controller, whenever you are doing a maintenance activity like data on tap upgrade, or there is a failed component in the controller, you want to replace it. In order to replace the failed component, you have to shut down the controller. Or even whenever you're doing the data on tap upgrade to a newer version, you need to reboot the controller. So whenever you are doing these kind of activities, okay, you require a downtime. Like whatever the clients who are getting the storage from this controller, they'll be not able to access the storage during that activity. Whenever my controller is rebooting or whenever my controller is shut down, they'll be not able to access the storage. So that is the reason we require a downtime. So always standalone controller connectivity. If your controller is a standalone controller connectivity, you require a downtime for maintenance activities. Even some due to some issue, my controller went down unexpectedly. That time also downtime will be there. Okay, that is a standalone. Now let's talk about HA pair. HA pair. HA pair means nothing but the full form is high availability. high availability pair. That means here we're having two controllers. Okay, here we'll be having two controllers, and disk shells will be connected to both the controllers, not a single controller. Disk shells will be connected to both the controllers. Okay, let's assume this is a FAS01, FAS02. So there is a communication channel between these two controllers, which will allow both of them to communicate with each other. Okay, we'll call that communication channel as HA interconnect, high availability interconnect. Okay, so with the help of this HA interconnect, these are the two connections between the controllers, uh, cable connections. So with the help of these cable connections only, both the controllers will be able to talk to each other. Okay, so that connections will call it as HA interconnect. Why we need two connections? If one connection fails also, still they'll be able to communicate with each other through via second one. If both of them got failed, then we have an alternative, but I don't want to discuss it here. So I don't want to make the things complex at the starting of the classes. I'll discuss it in advanced concepts. Okay. So this is how the HA interconnect will. So what is the advantage? So whenever I'm doing a maintenance activity like data on tap upgrade or hardware part replacement, I'll shut down one controller. Okay, and one more thing before that, yeah, even though I have two controllers, these two controllers will work independently. Like a FAS01 will work on its own, and FAS02 will work on its own. They'll do their work independently. Okay, but when there is any problem or when there is any maintenance activity, then only they'll help each other. For example, as I told you, I'm doing on tap upgrade on FAS01, or I'm replacing a failed hardware unit on failed hardware on FAS01. In order to do that, I need to either reboot it or I need to shut the controller down. So during that situation, they they both will communicate with each other, and whatever the work performed by FAS01, whatever the services that running on FAS01 will be moved to FAS02. So now, so far, my FAS02 worked independently, FAS01 worked independently. They worked on their own. But as we are bringing the controller one down, FAS01 down, whatever the work that has to be done by FAS01 also will be moved to FAS02. So now FAS02 has to take care of both the controller works. So that is the reason we don't require a downtime here. We don't need a downtime whenever you are doing a on tap upgrade or whenever you are doing a maintenance activity. If your controller connectivity is a HA pair connectivity, then you don't require a downtime. Same thing with the FAS02 as well. For example, if I am doing anything, some maintenance activity on FAS02, the services will be moved to FAS01, and FAS01 will take care of both the controllers work. Okay, that is how the high availability pair is designed for. Okay, so most of the companies, they no one will buy standalone, because if you buy a standalone, you don't have any redundancy means nothing but if one failed also, still there is another component uh, which will support the business and make it running. Okay, that we'll call it as a redundancy. Okay, even one controller, we are doing some activity, still there is another controller which will take care of the work. What if one controller went down due to some issue? How the other controller will come to know? Normally, with the help of HA interconnect, these two controllers will share heartbeat with each other. Okay, they'll share heartbeat with each other in a frequent intervals of 30 seconds. Okay, every 30 seconds, FAT01 will send heartbeat to FAT02, and the same way FAT02 will send heartbeat to FAT01, stating like, okay, I'm up and running, so don't bother about me. The same thing with both the controllers. For example, my FAT01 did not get heartbeat from FAT02. That means, for example, let's assume that my FAT02 went down due to some issue, unexpected issue, power issue or hardware issue, something. Okay, it went down. So my FAT01 is waiting for the heartbeat from FAT02 and it is not receiving the heartbeat. What it will do, it will wait for, okay, 60 more seconds and it will see. Still there is no sign of heartbeat from controller 2, then what it will do, it will take over the services of that controller. Even if it is up and running also, it will forcefully take over the services. That means all the services which are running on FAT02 will be moved to FAT01 and FAT02 will be shut down. Okay, but we don't require any downtime because now from now onwards FAT01 itself will handle the everything, will handle everything, so we don't need to worry about uh, data services. Still my clients will be able to access the data and all, not an issue. Okay, that time we'll get an alert stating that okay, FAT02 went down. So what we need to do, we need to troubleshoot it and we need to find the reason why it went down and we need to fix that. After that, again we can give the services back to FAT02. Okay, that is how the HA pair is designed for. So at any cost, we don't require a downtime in HA pair in order, I mean, for maintenance activity or in during the any hardware issue or something. Okay, even it can sustain the single controller failure. What if both the controllers went down? We can't do anything. If both the controllers went down, then implement it in both 7 mode and cluster mode. Even HA pair also you can implement it in both 7 mode and cluster mode. But mostly when it comes to cluster mode, no one will put standalone. In 7 mode, we used to have few. Even I worked on few standalone in 7 mode, but cluster mode I have never seen people using standalones.
Okay, okay. So basically, it is better to go for
Yeah, HA pair.
high availability pair only. Okay.
Yeah, because you have a redundancy, right? I mean, if
Okay.
one went down, also still another one will be able to take care of the things. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I got it.
Any other questions, sir? Okay. If you don't have any questions, then let's stop the session for today as well. I don't want to stretch in the starting days itself. Okay, we'll slowly gain the pace. Okay, chalo then. From tomorrow, we are going to start the cluster mode concepts in depth. Okay, thank
Sure,
you.
sure, Ram, yeah.
Have a nice day,
Thank
guys.
you. Bye.
Thank you.